Let's make sure they know it, baby. Let's make sure they know it. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. Dominate on three. 1, 2, 3. Good play, OG. Appreciate it. Yo! 3-0 fast! 3-0 fast!
That's Jurrell Casey at work. This is Jurrell Casey with our Nissan Insider here on Titans All Access. As we watch that, as we watch you mic'd and we watch you battling an offensive lineman, that's hard work. It's a tough job. What's the toughest part of the job?
I think the hardest part of the job is really being able to counter, understanding really when to transfer from run to pass. I think that's probably the hardest, because a lot of times you can go into a game with tips of knowing when it's pass, knowing when it's run, but when you get a team that's real good at disguising their run with play action, I think that's the hardest job for a D lineman. Probably one of the hardest jobs for me is getting off that block and transitioning from fitting the run to getting into that pocket and getting to the quarterback. The easy part of the job is getting the sacks and getting solo double team blocks and whooping their tail. So I think, all that's fun.
Let's go! Let's go! It's done right there. Like we know how. They can't compete. They on the same level. Dominate on three. 1, 2, 3. Hey, back that rocket.
When you are wired for sound and you watch and listen to yourself, do you recognize that guy?
Oh, definitely. It's kind of weird. I hate hearing my voice. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, once I hear it and I see what's going on, it kind of flashes me back into the moments of the game. You kind of feel the passion. You kind of see what was I paying attention through the game. And I think that's the biggest thing I love being wired up is, everybody gets to see how in tune I am to the game.
Let's talk about October football. You're through training camp, you're through July and August, you're through September, now we're into October. Do you change your routine during the course of the week? Do you make any adjustments because we're now into the meat of this thing?
Not necessarily. I don't necessarily change up too much of what I do. I normally try to approach it the same. I think, you approach your preparation the same way when you got ready for the season. It keep you mentally strong and keep you physically strong, because when you start to dwindle on your preparation, you start to pull away from it. That's when you start to feel those aches. You start to feel those soreness to your body. You start to feel yourself, start thinking about the off season. And so when it starts to get this time, you're starting to hit it a little bit harder. You're coming in getting more treatment. You're coming in getting more stretching out. You're coming in pump the iron a little bit more on the off day because you want to knock all that inflammation out your body. So when you come into the middle of that season, you want to start attacking a little bit harder. So I think I start to do a little bit more. I don't want to say I lift heavier, but I'm making sure I'm doing a lot more reps, lighter weight. So you try to do things in that method, but I'm in there still trying to boost up as much as I can.
364 days from this Sunday ago, you played the Buffalo Bills. They were a team with a losing record. You're playing in Buffalo. They upset the Titans. As you see them this Sunday, they're a team with a winning record. They've got something going on. It's amazing how things change in the NFL, but a different sort of challenge with Buffalo on Sunday.
Oh, definitely. Everybody always say you can't think about the year before. It's all about now. And that's what the NFL is always about. What can you do for me now? And everybody know that. And the players and the people they have over there in that organization is pulling the players together. They got a young quarterback over there that's getting things moving. A lot of guys slept on him last year. They didn't think he can come in and get it done. But as of right now, he's shocking the lead, and he's pulling that team and taking them on for a playoff season. So, for us, it's going to be key to get after them on defense. And for our offense, last year we didn't put up too many points. So it's going to be big for us to make sure we go out there and put up as many points as we can.
Josh Allen, you mentioned the quarterback. He not only has a big arm, but the guy can really run for a big dude. As a defensive lineman, what's the challenge like playing against Josh Allen?
The biggest thing is that, he's a big guy who can stand back there in the pocket, so you don't have to worry about scrambling, trying to make vision for himself. He's a guy who can sit back there tall, and he let his guys go to work for him. And he's also a dude who, like you say, he's big, so he can get out there, open up, stride, and take it 20, 50 yards down the field with his legs. So, it's going to be really big for us to make sure we keep him in the pocket. Hit him as many times as we can to get him frazzled back there and get him shaken up. But biggest thing is keep him in that pocket. Don't let him kill us with his legs. And last year, he did that.
Finally, what are we watching for Jurrell Casey this Sunday at Nissan Stadium?
Biggest thing is picking up those sacks, baby, always.